Are you looking at purchasing or selling a home in the coming months in and around Coeur d'Alene and curious what the trends are? In this video, I will be going over the real estate market trends for January 2025. Welcome back to my channel, Living North Idaho, where I discuss all things about real estate in and around Coeur d'Alene and living your best life in North Idaho. There were 268 properties that closed out in our entire MLS for January compared to 236 in January of 2024. Of those closed properties, 32.8% of them closed out as all cash, making that 88 homes that sold all cash. Now, let's take a look at the breakdown for those cash sales. 10 sold for under $300,000. 24 of them sold between $300,000 and $500,000. 27 of them closed between $500,000 and $750,000. 10 closed between $750,000 and $1 million. 15 of them sold between $1 million and $2 million. And there was one cash sale over $2 million. The majority of the closed properties sold between $400,000 and $500,000, which has been similar in previous months, and the price range from $500,000 to $600,000 was not far behind. 30 homes sold over $1 million in January compared to 35 in December. The price range with the most price changes was $400,000 to $500,000, with 49 homes having price changes. Now, this is a different price range than the previous month, but $500,000 to $600,000 was not that far behind, with 44 homes having price changes. There are also quite a few price changes over the $1 million. Sales for the month of January were up 13.5% from the same time last year. The median sales price for those sold properties was $530,460, which was an increase of $18,638 from the previous month, and a 12.3% increase from January 2024, when it was $472,275. The median days on market for those closed homes in January was 104 days, which is more than it was the previous month. Of the homes that sold, 79 of them were new construction, making that 29.4% new construction sales in January. Now, for new construction, we still are able to find a few options under that $400,000 price range, and currently there are a fair amount of builders that are offering incentives to get those properties under contract. There is currently one active short sale in our entire MLS, and so far in 2025, we have had 0 short sales that have closed, and there are currently 2 that are pending. There are currently 2 active REO or bank-owned properties in our entire MLS. And so far in 2025, we have had 0 that have closed, and there is currently 1 that is pending. For those closed properties, 27.9% of them closed with some sort of seller concessions. Now, those seller concessions can be in lieu of repairs, it can be buy-down rates, it could be for closing costs. Just some sort of seller concessions were included in those sold prices in order to get those properties to close. We still are seeing a fair amount of homes coming back on the market once they go pending. Now, that could be because maybe an inspection didn't go the way that a buyer thought and they weren't able to negotiate repairs, or something just came up during the process to cause that property to come back on the market. Now, for those sales, let's take a look at the breakdown for the percentage of the properties that closed and how long they were on the market, and what the sold price ratio was to original list price ratio. So as you can see, for buyers, you don't have to be in such a rush to make an offer on a property. There is time to look over the payments, look over the property disclosures, and make sure that you know what you're getting into. Also for buyers, there seems to be some sellers that are negotiable in asking for closing costs to be paid. So if that's something that you're interested in, also maybe buy down rates, put that in your offer. It doesn't hurt, and the only thing a seller can say is no or counter you. If you're trying to look for a deal, look for homes that have been on the market 6+ months. And a tip for buyers, be careful, especially right now. We are experiencing some rather cold temperatures, so if the home's sitting vacant, make sure that the seller has been keeping the property heated, or during your inspection, make sure that there's no busted pipes or anything happening with that home. Again, more so if it's been sitting vacant. For sellers, price your home right from the beginning. This isn't a market where you can overprice your home and hope to get it sold. If it's not priced right in the beginning, some buyers may pass it up and not even come back and look at it. You also don't want to be chasing the market down to where you should have listed it in the beginning. The longer a home sits on the market, the less a buyer is going to want to pay for that property. Also, be open to the buyer negotiating some sort of concessions in with the offer. And sellers, if your home is currently sitting vacant, make sure that you're at least maintaining the heat. It will cost you a lot less maintaining the heat than if something were to actually happen, such as busted pipes. If you have any questions about the real estate market in and around Coeur d'Alene, please reach out. My name is Amanda Cuspert. I'm with the Phoenix Agency.